In this week's Parsha, God destroyed the world by bringing a flood and flooding the entire world. And the Torah describes a number of different things that the people were doing wrong. They were being immoral, they were committing murder, they were stealing. However, when God tells Noach that he's going to destroy the world, he says, I'm destroying the world, bottom line, because of Hamas, because of stealing. Why was it Hamas? Why was it the stealing that ultimately made God destroy the world? What about all the other sins that they did? Why was it the stealing that was so bad? I think we learn a very, very powerful lesson from this. The lesson that we learn from this is that, yes, we're all going to do averos, we're all going to sin, and sometimes we'll do terrible sins, and maybe we deserve to be punished because of those sins. But if we can't even get along with each other, if we can't even respect each other, if we can't respect each other's property, then there's no hope for us. If we have taivas, if we have desires and lust to do sins, Hashem understands that. And Hashem says, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to help you. Maybe I'll have to give you a little bit of punishment to nudge you in the right direction. But when we can't even respect each other, when we can't even look at our fellow human beings and respect them, respect their property, respect who they are, then Hashem says there's no hope. And I think that's why when Hashem chose to save Noach, he didn't just put him in a building somewhere, he didn't just put him in a house somewhere, he didn't just lift him above the waters or make him able to breathe underwater. All these things would have been possible. What does God tell Noach to do? He says, take all the animals in the entire world, put them in the boat. So what was Noach doing for that year? Noach spent the entire time he was in the boat just taking care of animals, just taking care of other beings besides himself. Because Hashem said, if we're going to rebuild the world, Olam Chesed Yibana, it has to be a world which is built on kindness. And the world which would exist after the flood would be a world which started with the kindness of Noach, with the kindness of his sons, with the kindness of their wives. They spent the entire year just doing chesed. Hashem could have made the flood one day. He could have destroyed the world in one day. He could have destroyed it in 1 hour. He could have destroyed it in 1 minute. But he took an entire year from the time Noach went in the teva until the time Noach came out of the teva. Why did he do that? Because he wanted Noach to have that practice. He wanted Noach to realize that in this world we have to look beyond ourselves. We can't only look at what we have. We have to look at others. We have to give to others. We have to respect to others. The Archas Tzadikim, one of the Musar Sfarim, say that the ultimate of all sin, or the source of all sin, comes from a sense of haughtiness, comes from a sense of I'm more important and therefore I can do things which are not appropriate to other people. If we want to live in a constructive world, if we want to live in Hashem's world, if we want to do Hashem's will, if we want to get along, if we want to build, if we want to have communities, if we want to have shows, if we want to have schools, the only way we could do that is by looking beyond ourselves. And the first step of that is just looking at the people around us. Give to them, respect them, help them in any way that you could. Ultimately, that will lead also to looking beyond ourselves and doing everything we're supposed to do spiritually as well, learning and davening and keeping all the mitzvos. But Hashem understands that sometimes those things are a little harder. Getting along with people also could be hard sometimes. But the first step has to be we have to look beyond ourselves. Sometimes our relationship with Hashem is a little hard because we don't see Hashem, we don't feel Hashem so clearly. People around us, those are people we see, we could relate to. They're people just like us. So that's the first step. The first step is first to get along with the people around you, to give to the people around you, to contribute in any way that you could. And when we have that attitude and when we look beyond ourselves, that will give us the ability to help others. That will give us the ability to grow ourselves and to grow and have an amazing relationship with Hashem. Have a great, great Shabbos.